I recorded
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
I mean, I had that first one had all good takes on it too. Got to rewrite, start all over. Well, welcome to the big show. Wait, we'll see if, I'll try to do some stand up here and wait as we wait for some new people to show up again. I don't see them showing up though, so I'll give them a couple minutes. Nah, I can dive in. I'm just going to dive into my my routine here and go over go over to my other thing. What?
Was one of the painters Lynette?
Yeah.
I can text her
show
real
up?
quick.
Okay. Tell her to get on, or
Tell her she's
forget
tardy.
Okay. Yeah. I try to get Howard. I sent some other people who are on their stuff, but a new invite. But oh God, I got Jane here. 1 second. I got to get Jane here. I forgot what Jane's name is. Jane's last name. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Jane. Yeah, this shit was supposed to work. Not showing up in my file. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be scary and try to get over. Should I do this?
Would it be in the last? Would it be in the email you sent us? Is she copied on it?
No.
The first one?
No, she wasn't. Here. Yeah, she was a new person. She was coming from Facebook and stuff. So I'd have to go to Facebook and get her. But if I go over there, I might lose you guys. Well, that's not a big loss. But 1 second here, guys. Let me do it.
Right.
Let me see if I find her. Oh, you guys are still talking there. I can hear you. So good. I sent it. There it is. Chris Jane, Yahoo. Okay. She goes by. Okay, well, I'm gonna check these. Only 5 participants. I'm not even worth doing, you guys. Yeah, I can't get a hold of these other people because I don't really have their phone numbers. If they don't check their emails, they don't know it's me. What do I do? Oh well, can't wait too long here. So I'm going to move over to my palette and we'll start making colors. All right. I'm going to put out some more white. This is my Camelba white. I have a little unbleached white over here. This is cad yellow light. This is cad red light. That orange, some yellow ochre, some Lisbon crimson. This is Venetian red, blue. I cobalt blue hue. That's what they. Sorry, cobalt blue hue. Burnt sienna. That's 2 burnt siennas right there, and burnt umber. A little phthalo green, and this is some Prussian blue, but I probably won't be using stuff. So, okay. So I will be mixing up. First thing I'm looking this photo and stuff. Here, pull it down over here, so you can see it. Okay. Put it down right in the middle of some wet paint. Good idea. Let's put it over here. As you can see, there's really not a whole lot of super darks in this painting that we're going to be working on in this photo. The darkest parts are probably the horses, and that's a pretty good place to have them if you're going to have them, because of the contrast is going to draw our eye and be in focus. Of course, the horse already is the focus, so it should be a pretty easy one to do. So the toughest thing is trying to get this horse to read out of the colors around him, because the colors around him are pretty much the same colors. So we're going to have to really work on that. I'm going to have to worry about the contrast between him and this background. But let's start with some darks here first. I'm just going to go thinking about these darks here. I'm going to go with some burnt umber and some blue. We're going to start with that. Oh, got a little burnt sienna in there too. Oh, we've got a little burnt umber blue and blue here. Then I'm going to take that over here and I'm going to put a little cad red into it. A little piece of that pile. And I'm going to put cad red into it to warm it up. Now I'm starting to see this, I think, around the ears and stuff. Probably just split that pile up a little bit, put a little blue into it, more blue into it. That'll work. I don't see anybody waiting. There, distance. All right. That's pretty much it for my darks on this guy. There's not going to be a whole lot. Everything now we're going to go basically midtones and some highlights. Basically midtones. I mean, these highlights up here probably aren't too much. So I'm going to start off my midtones with some Venetian and blue, and then hit it with some white. Okay, trying to get a big base home cut value for this back here. As you can see, I'm way off and way too dark, but also too blue. So I'm putting a little bit of more red in here. Now a little bit of white. Uh-oh.
You have a minute?
1 second, folks. I got to turn this around. You guys see this. Okay. Max is coming. Oh, yay, Max. Okay. I'm going to change that back. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. We have. Congratulations. You are the winner.
Oh.
Oh, he's got on
Oh, shame. Oh, he don't.
Shameful. We'll never hold this down.
He's
We'll never
embarrassed.
hold a regular job again.
He's embarrassed.
He probably should be.
Look at the size of that paw.
Yeah,
Oh,
You.
he's like double in size since we got him. They said he would be miniature.
Wow. He did get
Wow.
Yes.
got a great.
Oh, talk. Go ahead. No bark. No bark. I dare you. Thanks. Nice hat.
That's-
Oh, pretty good, huh? Oh, sorry. Mac, sorry about knocking you off. That was my fault. Probably.
The only one that
So-
got knocked off? What did
I-
I miss?
Nothing. No, I'm just started mixing some colors.
What happened to the picture of the horse on the?
It's over. It's on the palette
Okay.
now.
Okay,
I'll bring it on over.
that's all right.
No, I'm going over there now. Back over there now.
Oh, all right.
So, you guys can't even see this picture. I should move it over here. Is that better?
Over to the center of the palette. There we go. Oh, down, down, down.
You know, maybe I should just tilt this a little bit more for you guys could see, get the
There
whole
we go.
effect
Near
of
the
this
pet,
plate.
just to the right of the left of the palette knife. Up a little. There, up a little. There we go. Perfect.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Dave. Got crap all over it. Yeah, I'm gonna go back here and put some more Venetian in this. It's a little bit blue. This gray color here. If I can get this color, I can pretty much get everything in here and stuff. So if I get this color here, which is getting pretty close to it and stuff, it's probably just a hair too bright, too dark. So if I can get that, I can pretty much get everything else pretty simply. I don't have to do too much work, which is pretty much what I do about painting. Whatever's the easiest usually works out. Okay, so I think that's pretty much can work for a lot of these shadows going back here. There's going to be some value changes and stuff, but this is the base color, and that's just blue, cobalt blue hue plus Venetian. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to put just a little bit of cad red into it. And start thinking about this stuff here. And I think if I cut that maybe with some of this unbleached white, I can start getting it in there and stuff. Needs to be a little bit warmer, maybe a little. Put a little orange in that, cat orange. All right, and then that can be a little lighter too. Now lighten it up, go down, because I'm thinking about this stuff here too. Sounds like somebody's having fun. Is that you, Dave?
No,
You got all those
upstairs.
people.
Oh yeah. House party.
Oh yeah.
You can hear that?
Oh heck yeah, Dave. Everybody can hear that, Dave. Everybody heard that, Dave. All right. Now just you put in a little bit of ochre and white into it, and spreading out the color value a little bit. This will be in there, here and there, but not a whole lot. These are my back colors, but you're gonna find them, a lot of them in this horse too. That's, like I said, that's gonna be the hard thing, is getting this horse to stand out from all these colors. It's probably gonna have to be a lot of this backlighting here. So I'm gonna go dive into this horse again. And since I used Venetian on that one side, I'm gonna go with cobalt, or go with some cad red and blue together first. And that'll be my mix for the horse, the base color for this horse and stuff, because I want to stay a little bit away from that just as much as I can, even though they just have to get to about the same value. That's where I'm going to work on, trying to get about the same value as this. They look very close to each other, but you can't tell the difference. But this is going to be just a slightly warmer. Maybe I'll put a little cad orange into it too, just cheat it up a little bit of warmth. I want it just a little bit warmer, and that will also help the space. They'll also bring it forward a little bit. So that's going to be some of the main colors here. Now I'm just going to basically do what I did back in the back area. and just add a few colors to it. I'm gonna add some yellow to it, but I'm gonna use the warm yellow and use the cad yellow to it. And I was thinking that up there on that horse, just cut with a little bit more white. I can get this, I want these two to really relate. So I still want these two tight together so that when you squint at them, like, you really can't tell that they're different. I'll take a little bit of that pile, maybe put a little orange in it. Trying to get the basic color in here, just a little orange. Fun dog, huh?
He's got a great face.
Beauty.
Yeah, he's funny, pretty funny. Add some white to it. There we go. There we go. That's going to start getting in there. That'll help. That'll do some damage. And then I'm going to think about these lighter areas. Now, the lighter areas, there's a blue I want to get. I would like a blue in here. And I'll use some white and blue to add to these colors. Just try to not let it get too chalky. It's starting to get chalky, so I gotta add some more color to it. And I'm thinking about that going in there, just mixing a little more with that brown, that red here a little bit, so it doesn't jump off too much. Okay, that'll work. Kind of a little brown in it. Figure that up. All right. Now I'm going to go right into the highlights in this guy. Think about this and going around and getting his face and stuff. So let's go with just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay. This is blue cad red mixed with white. Then I added yellow ochre to it. So this is that color here. And we're just going to heighten it a lot. Start trying to get up to this area here. And start getting in there. That's about the, just a little higher, just a little higher, just a little brighter. So that's more white to it. Okay. Same with this pink, because form kind of a dusty pink here. I'm gonna want that in there too. I'll probably even want some blue in there. So that's what I do. I'll just take these colors I made up and just make another variety of them. Just in blues and whites. And this is basically the horse colors with these guys in them as the dark areas. Okay. I do want to do something there. That's going to be help out there. Just a little, maybe these two mix together a little bit too. Just get a third color out of that. I'm almost there with that, so it's going to be close to that value. It's a lot of blue. So it's blue and white right now. Just a little bit of, ooh, boy, that went quick. Venetian. I just added just a touch of Venetian into it. Went really quick to the red side, but it's real close. Add some blue to it. Yeah, it was closer to the red side than was the blue. Too much, too much. So Mike, you painting along?
Yeah, kind of.
You liar.
Yeah. Wash though, not oil.
Gouache. Gouache. Okay. That's okay.
Why do you
Yeah,
use that unbleached white, Swanee? What's the benefit of that?
Not a whole lot. I mean, you can get the same color. I could probably get the same color just by using burnt umber and white. You know, it's
No,
just
I mean just in general. Why do you choose unbleached as opposed to like titanium or a zinc or a mixture?
oh, this, just because sometimes in these colors, white will just chalky it up too much. It takes you too far and stuff. Sometimes that's just can work better. It's slightly a warm white, and it can help the midtones a lot faster than just adding white. White just is more of a cool color, more on the blue side than it is on the spectrum, and the other one's on the yellow side.
Okay.
So that's why I use it.
So it's a warmer white, the unbleached.
No, not at all.
No.
Of course, yes. It is a warmer white. That's
Okay.
a good. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
No. All right. Now I'm looking at these weeds or the grasses and stuff. I'm just going to come up with a basic tone for these grasses and stuff. I'm going to start off with some burnt umber, and I just put in some ochre into it. But I think I'm really going to end up being a lot more cad yellow into it, and want a little bit of white at the end.
How's this one some variety?
I might probably just a touch of red. What's that?
Mixing colors at this point.
I'm mixing.
We've got
Fascinating.
a horse.
This horse. See? Don't that horse.
Oh, can you see us?
Yeah, we can see you. We know everybody can see you.
Oh, hello.
This Van.
What's he doing here? He came back all the way from Cincy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cincy.
Yep.
What,
Back
he's
here full
staying
time
at is he lodging with you too, Dave?
He is. We are so blessed.
You got everyone.
No, it's great.
That's not what you told me, Dave.
You
Sorry.
still got a guy in at Purdue, right?
Yeah, he's still he's still hanging out with his buddies.
All
So
right.
I guess he's okay. He says he's okay. They're not going out or anything. So
Well, of course
Yeah,
not.
that's what
He's
he
at
says.
Purdue. Where's there to go?
oh right, definitely. No, your son went there, didn't he? Yeah, you're right. There's no.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, hey. I'm just gonna put a little cat orange into this color. Trying to get up in here. Pretty close. Maybe just a little more. Just a little bit white. Oh, you gonna get that? Just a little oranges in there too, just to have some fun. That's a good color. That almost can work in the horse. It's probably gonna end up working in this horse. Okay, so that's basically up here. There's some dark greens and stuff. Just go with, maybe I'll even try some phthalo into that color. Phthalo and some yellow. Just throw it over here. Throw some more white into it just to knock it down. That's, try to keep it away from my palette. That's not what I really want in here. Not at all. Knock it down. Put some red and brown into it. I'm gonna go with alizarin into it. Yeah, that would be pretty good for in here and stuff, that kind of stuff. Probably just a little blue in that too, just mix a little spot up there. Just add before I have it. All right, we are ready to go. I'm gonna switch back to my other camera, and I'll put the photo back up here. You try to keep out of its way. you know, I'll try to call out the colors as I go. And stuff. I think that lines up pretty good.
Looks good.
All right. First thing I do for me is I like to get rid of a little white. I'm going to go with some burnt umber and just a little bit of burnt umber and oil, just to start. Whoa! Look at that. Now let's try it. Well, painter's tape does not want to stay today. See, I want to make sure I get this got nice. Then I'll get this up here. I want to thinking about this. You know, this design right in here. Just keeping this going. And the horse just a little bit off center. You know, so he has a place to go. Use some real masking tape. On this one, I guess. If that's any better. There we go. That okay still?
Looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So the horse's head, I mean, the body of that horse, I want to make sure I get that head in here. I don't want the head really to go too much more than this. So get the angles right. Okay, so that's about the width, and the neck and stuff was about about half. So those two go there. The width of the body, of the neck to the head and stuff are about the same width. So pretty much, depending on the horses, a lot of these wilder horses and stuff, they get huge necks. Or draft horses and stuff, they get monster. They are monsters. So a little bit of sway in the back, up here, back here, just a little, go down on the back rump here, cut down, and then right there is their tail and stuff. And that's pretty much, this is a horse painting, but it's not going to be, too heavy into, a lot of stuff a horse is all about. It's not going to be like running or anything else. Next week, I'll probably be doing, I think I'm doing cow or something. Then I'll go back to a cat or some other animals at the end, at the other areas. So right there is pretty much, that's his shoulder. That should come down. That would be the back of his leg. So the rest of this is covered up with some grasses. So the drawing doesn't have to be too great. It just has to be pretty close. All right, let's get this in here. All right, and that's going to go dark there. And there, and then I want to cut a light back in here. And this is where that one color is going to go. Nice blue right in here. I love this right here. This little thing would be really be able to put some definition in that horse. Okay. So, well, that's gonna be it. All right. So, big brush, big ideas. Let's go. I'm gonna start off with some burnt umber and blue, which I already, had. I'm just gonna start putting it in this area. Go over here to the red. When I added cad red to it to mix, just start put that in that spot. The other spots, that's right up in here. I'm looking at it and seeing some cad red. Where the eyeball is going to go, about here. I can even just start putting it in the mouth right there. There's gonna be some other colors going in as we go, but okay, I'm done. That's it. It's beauty.
Nice.
It's looking like a little Groucho Marx right now going on here. Put a little scar there, and we got it made. So there's his ear right there. Okay. There. Just get that in there. Think about that. Okay. So I'm gonna dive into the background right now and start get these guys, this section of Dune in there, and pull it right into his body and just so I am going to start with a big brush. I'm going to keep it really loose. I don't have to think too much here about strokes. Just put it in, just get some color going in there. Just a little darker at the very ridge. This is the base color of Venetian red and blue. And I'm just going to bring it in roughly in these areas. And bring it up a little bit at the end. Keep it from just running off like a highway. Okay. I'll go back in now. This is pretty much on that same color mix, but it's more on the Venetian side. So it just has a little more red into it. Yeah, and I'm just going to bring that in. Then there's a couple of little colors, and it gets cooler as we go down a little bit. Right here at the top, it's got a lot of more red, a little warmth. So I'm just going to push it in there right now. And take care of that. All right. Now I'm just going to start working in here. And that's good base, the base. This is just a Venetian cut with white. Venetian cut with white and just a little bit of blue in it. And I'm just going to get the sand color here going. Then I'm going to come back in with some warms and stuff after that. Let's go start working in the front area. I wanted to get a little bit bluer. I want to get a little bit bluer right in here. And right underneath is thing here. I'm going to overpaint a little bit on him and into the grasses because I don't want to have to think about it too much afterwards. I can always, everything else goes over this color so that we can put this in here any way we want. Boy, it's a big, strong horse. That doesn't look like a horse anymore. I have to bring that over there. Okay. Let's work this in here. All right, I'm going to switch brushes. And I'm going to just go with a bristle brush and start putting him in a little bit. I'm going to go back. This is just a little more of that. This is cad red and blue. That's what I'm going to use to bring up here underneath. Right now it's on the cad red side. We're just going to put it in because I think there's a lot of little colors that are going to come in after this. There we go. Get that. It's really, that's where I probably missed it, right here, this angle here, and the neck. That's probably where I missed most of that basic drawing skills. Just missed it. So let's push it back up. Okay, get that going down. Get this over here. See anybody waiting? Okay. I'm gonna go just a little more. Start working with it. This that CAD red version of just a little more CAD red into this back end area and stuff of this horse. A lot of the final design of this horse is going to end up being done with the highlight and stuff. That's really what's going to really make this horse. So right now, I don't have to be perfect about my drawings and my drawing yet, knowing that that's what I got to worry about coming up. That's the big thing, which I'm on the way. On the way ready. This just a little more. Just working it in. I'm gonna come back in real quick with a few other cleaner brush strokes here. Work just a little bit of down in here. Start thinking about these grasses that are going to be here and stuff. So I'm going to start working those guys in too. Just shoving them in. And then go back in. Now this is that dark green. I made up. It has a little phthalo into it and some bird's umber, and then it had some alizarin crimson in it. Take the curse off it. I'm just gonna get this in here too now. Work it a little bit. And with my bristle, I just want to really just let the bristles shine here a little bit. And bring it in. It's almost too early for this area. Too much. But let's do it anyway. I'm gonna fill in this. This is back to the burnt umber in yellow. I think I used this one. I used ochre up here. Down here, I used more CAD yellow and stuff. I'm just going to block this in just slightly, then come back with other stuff. There's a couple bushes and stuff up here at the very top. And they're going to go back with that mixture of Venetian and blue and just put it in really gently. Little mixes. Just up here. Okay. All right. Then I'll come back. Now it's what I consider almost blocked in. I got my background done. Background some sort of in. I got this starting to be established. There's There's a lot of little design things that got to go in there yet, but I'm coming up with those. Yeah, I gotta bring this down a little bit more into the horse, and then I gotta figure out that. But that's the last thing I'm gonna end up doing probably. You know, probably work on this design of the horse a little bit. Getting a little funky here on me. Yeah, I'm drawing it from a side here. I can just see it. It's looking more like a camel. So, sorry, I'm going to cut over here in front and just to fix these up a little bit. All right. I'm going to start going back in now into the background a little bit with a few other colors. See about it if I can start putting in this nice color into here. Nice stroke from where the horse is to this guy. That could go a little lighter. Get that blue in there. Push this blue a little bit more right in here.
Hey, Swanee, what are you painting on? What kind of canvas or
That is an oil primed linen oil prime panel
Mhm.
by Centurion.
Okay.
So if you can get them at Jerry's Artorama stuff, that's usually where I get them. Okay, I got some of this blue left over from down in here. Bring it out a little bit more into this. A few spots in here and just line right there. That's what I was thinking. I saw right above here too, where it kind of comes back up, goes down and comes back up, right there. And just feed it in a little bit more in these other places. It's going to go really nice with this yellow up top. So I can always just put it in a few other places, you know, knowing that it's probably going to get knocked down at some point, but maybe just a couple scratches will come through, which is always nice. And I can always try to make them stay too. I can pull it down a little bit there. All right. Let's start working in this back area just here a little bit. I'm gonna start to find some of this sand and stuff, just a little bit, not a ton. You know, there's a big clump back there. You know, I'm just missing it. And just bring these things down a little bit. Trying to get that design. It has an angle. A little bit deeper right in here, a little bit darker right in there. Okay. So I just this is how I work. I usually work the whole painting together at one time. I don't work on one area and then just keep moving. It's kind of keep moving through the painting, trying to figure out where colors can go. Pink. So who else is painting along with me?
I can't quite keep up. Not quite.
Wow, you know, that's okay. That's okay. Because, you know, if you, my giraffe here, you know, don't worry about it.
This is good for me because I don't overwork my painting.
Just trying to go fast. Yeah, and now I'm going to go in and just start putting in a little bit of this, the highlights here. I'm going with this CAD. This has just a little bit of CAD yellow or a CAD red, orange, sorry, CAD orange in this mixture. And I will start seeing about doing some of these, just trying to figure out this, how big this horse's neck is. Should be about that big. It should be right to there, shouldn't it? That's the width. So that's how big his neck should come over right down to there. Could be right around in there. So let's bring his neck back in. Oh man, I can't believe I knocked everybody off again on this thing. Man, it's like, lost everyone. Wait a second, here's a few people here.
We're here.
I'm here.
Couple more people were waiting in the room. See if they show up. They probably remember. They go, hey, anybody showing up? No.
You're almost done there, Jim.
Where the hell were you?
I'm on Michigan time and I got screwed up because it said 8 o'clock and then your email said 7, but the Zoom said join at 8. So Michigan time's an hour ahead. So I didn't know which hour to pick up on you.
Well, better late than never, right?
Here you go.
Thanks for coming. You're always fun to have in these. Basically a lot of the colors in here are based off of Venetian red and blue again. that's my go-to colors. And except for the horse. The horse is more CAD red and he's more CAD red and blue. And this background I use Venetian because Venetian's more of a muddier color, muddier red, warm red. And so this red here will pop up, as you can see, it's just coming forward more than the tones back here. So that's what I've been working with. But doesn't mean I can't put a little bit of that Venetian into him here and there. So you got some catching up to do there.
I'll just watch tonight.
All right. I knocked everybody off. So you just joined right now?
Yeah, I
You didn't
did.
join earlier?
No, it's actually what would be 8 o'clock Michigan, your time. And your email said 8 o'clock. The one of them said 7.
I like the way you said my email. My email is my fault. Again.
I'm still
Again,
doing
my
this.
fault. Huh? It's always somebody else's fault, isn't it? You don't see me doing that. All right, yeah. You're right. I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, that's what his butt was way too high. Just by following these things. Let's get rid of that butt. Tone his butt down a little bit. That length right.
I'm glad you have a photo that doesn't have the legs.
That
'Cause
was,
horses and their anatomic features are always a dare for me. I
is
had
that
one,
what I
I
said?
had one painting request of a lady who owned a horse and wanted me to do a painting of both of her favorite animals. It was a horse next to her little Skye Terrier. So you're talking about two completely opposites in
Yeah,
composition on the same page. So when I
And-
showed her my rendition, the legs were a little off because she has a certain dressage technique. I said, well, just a minute. I went in the back, got scissors and tape, and we played like pin the legs on the horse.
Yeah.
Anatomy right. And I haven't done a horse painting since. So
Oh,
I'm intrigued by this one. I can handle the head. It's the rest of the body that throws me off.
I know. Well, this, I got to pretty much have this thing done in that at that time, and in the class and stuff. So, yeah, like I was saying the same thing, that their legs are just so many joints in that leg and the way it bends and stuff, and then trying to capture them running or walking, it takes a little bit too long to draw them out. And so, I decided to make it easier. But I do have that painting. Speaking of, let me see. I do have this one I did.
Oh my,
That's beautiful.
that is beautiful. That's a Clydesdale, right?
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
and its feet are a pain in the butt. I think I spent more time on its feet than I did anything else. Everything else just was done in so quick. That one, and then there's this one. Talk about horses. This is the horse parade.
Oh, I love that.
Wow,
My goodness.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I like the shadows of the front trio of horses. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Thanks. It's a little bit of work on that one too. But so just getting the horses to behave and stuff sometimes. Just getting their feet and the movement right and weight right. That takes a while and stuff. So yeah, that's why I went with something where he's just at the beach enjoying himself, and there's not a whole lot there. Basically, if I hit the highlights here and stuff, that's all I got to do. That's all I really have to do. Everything else is this is gonna be fun to put in some grasses and stuff. I almost already like the way this is coming out right here. I didn't do anything except to use my big bristle brush and just let it not come out.
So it's like a big vignette then.
Basically, yeah, it's really simple. So just a little bit of work here. A little bit more darks back in here, just a little bit darker. But I'm gonna start that now. And then get back into the highlights here. Just a little bit more here, and then the highlights and base. And that's when I'll really be nice using this rosemary brush to be able to get these face areas, just touching them in there nice. All these areas and stuff are going so beautiful. But till I get to there, I'm gonna start working here a little bit. I gotta get there's a little bit of orange and stuff right here I want to put in right at the edge. Hopefully you guys can see that. Just a couple dabs of color as I go down here. Just to soften this edge up too. I keep talking about right now how I want to, put a few more darks in here, but I'm going, I don't know now. If I get the lights up on this thing, that might fall into place. So it's better probably for me before I go there is to get these highlights, these lights put in just a little bit lighter. Maybe these darks will settle down on their own. I won't have to think too much. Who's sick? Who's sick?
Are those rosemary, are those sables or synthetics, Wani?
These are, I'm on, right now I'm working with my synthetics. I was using the bristles and stuff, those chunking bristles
Yeah.
for this area. Oh, and I was using my really expensive brushes, my little things here for blood, just for doing in the drawing and the scratching and the first kind of big colors and stuff. That's my like little $3 Walmart brush. Get 2 in a pack too. 2 in a pack. It's really good. But they are just they're just good enough to do that. Then the rest of these colors really make a different mark. I mean, and you just learn this stuff over time, of where you get your supplies, goofy supplies like that. Let's see. Stand back a little bit. Getting a little too close. Getting a lot of shine on my painting. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's a good excuse. Good excuse. Let's bring a little bit in here and start bringing it in. Take it that way. I mean, you guys are probably all tired of binge watching movies and TV shows anyway, right? So you guys are glad to be watching this.
That's right.
Interesting.
It's finally warm enough to start cleaning up the yard.
Yeah, get out there and do something, right? Let's get a little bit of color in here. So,
Oh, is it 8:20 already? Oh, did you guys start watching? Okay.
hey, is that your daughter?
Yeah.
Probably like.
Let's see her.
Come and say hi, honey.
Hi.
There's my
Hey,
girl.
we saw you. He did a couple of great paintings of you. You're famous.
Yeah, it's my girl.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bow out of here in a couple of minutes, Swanee, and go watch a movie. I'm just gonna watch it for a little while more here.
It's okay, Mike. You know, we know you got important things to do. She's more important. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Those
Thanks for
horse paintings are
thanks
beautiful, man.
for showing up. Thanks for showing up.
You're welcome. Yeah.
You can, send in your critique later. Just say, what a goofball. What a goof.
No, those paintings look great, man. Those horse paintings are beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Thanks. Yeah, they're going into a show down up in Mackinac Island. So he's got the frames for him today, but with this virus, I don't even know if it's going to go on.
Yeah. Right.
Since I got thrown off here a little bit, I'm just going to bring in a little cat orange and stuff. Starting to put that in this guy here a little bit. Just here and there, little cat orange, my real warm hot spots here in this horse and stuff, just to push it along a little bit. Because I think we can get pretty far on this really quick now. This stuff back in here just going to take a few strokes to finish off. So, yeah, just wait till I'm going to start doing these plein air too now.
Yeah.
We're going to take this outside and do it. Friday mornings, Dave. Friday mornings.
6 feet apart.
Okay.
That's all right. 6 feet apart works, right?
Yeah.
Plein air, yeah.
Sure, honey.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, Just, I missed that. That was pretty good. That would have been good. This would have been better if it was just a little lighter. I'm gonna grab the wrong color. It's a good stroke to do right here. I can get this. Okay. Any questions so far?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm just using right here, I'm using the highlight colors to start trying to bring them in slightly. Just start to give this guy, now I'm just start drawing him out, and since I didn't work on his eye very much. Gonna work on everything else.
What kind of medium do you use? Like just a paint thinner, or what do you?
Real expensive stuff. No, I just use safflower oil. That's what you taught me, Mike. Mike, it's what you taught me.
Not seriously. Do you buy it at the art store or just at Jewel?
No, this one, no, I buy it at the art store.
It's the art store.
Yeah, I get it. You know, I buy the big bottles of safflower oil
Okay.
from Utrecht.
Yeah.
And I just use that, but as much medium as I do use, I barely use any. You know,
Usually use it at the very end with the highlights you're putting in now.
yeah,
Okay.
just a little bit more in these guys. I mean, that's when you got to get it to kind of go over. Just a little bit of oil just to get it to go over these other colors here. There you go. It's just a little bit of drawing problem back there. Cleaning them up, cleaning them up a little cooler right back in the back end, back of the hump. Maybe I can get a little bit cooler here and just draw that off a little bit. Yeah, at least I didn't have to draw those doggone feet, right? That was a good point. I'm just gonna put the eyeball in and just put it in a little more cad red right in the corners of that eyeball. Almost could put them in with cad red. And then you work that cad red around, going around, because it's coming out. You just start seeing it glow right around the edges of this guy. So I'm going to start throwing a few in. I still got to put some browns and some of the main to, it's main to work on. But if I can go around here just a little bit. Andrea, I didn't know I was worldwide. That's why I'm sorry. I'll put the central time after everything from now on. I want to get that into just a little more. Right in here. This is almost that home value I was using before. I mixed up at the very first, putting it right into his cheekbone right here. This is just a big flat bristle and stuff. So, or not bristle. It's a rosemary synthetic ivory. Let me bring that in here. I'm probably just going to bring it in right underneath his chin a little bit, loosen it up. Okay. I'm going to rework this just a little bit with blues and yet little blues, a little more blue right in here. Work it in just a little bit. Get the relationship between the shadow and his, where the point of his hip is. Oh, speaking of hips, you still here, Mike?
Yes,
How's that hip of yours?
it's going fine, Swanee. Thanks, man.
You gonna be able to golf this year?
We'll see. Yeah. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Yes, no matter what. I'll be slicing them just as good as I always have.
Yeah, that's right.
Straightening out that. Okay. I want to work on this mane just a little bit more here. And there's a lot of little things coming off here. I got some nice wet paints. You can catch that effect really nicely right now because it's wet into wet. And I'm thinking about doing the undercolor, the very dark oranges first. And I'm just gonna bring them out. And if they come off too long and stuff, cool. I don't care. It's just you don't want them to be too much the same. That'll be be pretty boring. So that's why I'm going to just kind of pull them off a little bit different directions. And I'm going to use this next color I put on to really do the damage there on the next round. There's some nice little effects going on already. Just pay attention to of how some of these colors and stuff are working out. I mean, some of the strokes. Let's just work that mane down just a little bit more there. That's just going back to some of my very first colors. I can't remember what they were. Probably burnt umber and blue and some little cat red into this one right here. Go back in. Take it in, take the brush in, and then pull it back out. Half the cool thing about brushes is just knowing when to flick them at the end. That little work. Eyeball just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's on the back here. Goes red, and then it goes in the highlight. And it goes orange. Take orange over some of this color right here will probably work. A little too far. Bring it back up.
See you in a while.
Mike, you can go anytime.
Okay.
I know I'm fancy. This is pretty cool stuff, but so I'm just gonna go in with a little burnt right here in the nose, like right there. Goes right back in here probably too. I could probably get away with it. Just a start of it. A few spots in here. Break it up. Then the highlights, a little bit more highlights in that mane. So I just add just a little cad yellow to my color I had here. I just a little bit, not quite doing it. So it's going to go a little more cad yellow and white. Just a little bit. And that's mostly right back here on that stuff. Just a touch, just change it up just a little bit.
Okay, thank you, Swanee. It's
No
awesome.
problem,
man.
Mike.
I'll love
Thanks,
to see the finish or when, how much more you do on it.
See you,
Yeah.
Mikey.
Okay, bye, Dave. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, now we can talk about them. All right. Well, that was nice of them to stop by. Warm that up as I come around here, just the main here, just these little hairs and stuff. Where that hair comes in. Just little dabs sometimes to do it. Get that ear just a little bit. Gotta drag the color into it a little bit. A little bit too much. Boom, right there at the end. Okay, good enough. I just need to get a line here, a little stronger, darker line, just to help the drawing here. Getting this neck area here underneath the jaw, where it recedes a little bit. I'm gonna go a little burnt umber mixed into my color. Get this line here. More burnt umber, a touch more. He's really leaning more like that. More like that. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be nice. Just put it in these little areas here. Probably work it just a little back in there. Maybe come around here a little bit. You know, his nostrils, he doesn't really show too many nostrils, but they're basically like gonna be a lot of cat red in his nostrils right here. It's just right at the edge. We get the side view, we don't have a whole lot to do here, so they're just gonna be like a slit. And then a highlight right next to him. I'm gonna just a touch. Whenever I do highlights, it's just like you put them in and you only get a little bit of one or two strokes here on them. And you got to take it off.
Is that a round brush that you're using or a flat?
Still a flat. Still a flat. These brushes are so nice, you can just turn them and I can get such a thin line on them. And just by a little twist, they become almost rounds when I'm done. So, good company, Rosemary Brushes. Gonna invest in brushes. That's a good one to go with. Let's bring his jaw out a little bit here. Got a lot of little reflective colors right in here. Just a little oranges. Let's bring them in here and then soften them back a little bit. I don't think I missed that a little bit right there. I think it's still, I could be playing with that for too long. All right, highlights. Now we're putting in a few of these warmer ones around the front. And those are just basically cad orange right down low. And then when they get up here a little bit, they get a more cad yellow and white. I mean, that's what I meant down here, cad orange and white. Just right here on the edge. And the thinner you can get these guys in, the better it's gonna work. just a little bit of design around his face. Knowing that his jaw's, his jaw's gonna be like that on it. So I'm gonna, since I don't have any grass in there right now, I'm gonna just put that jaw in anyway. That's what it needed. In case I don't end up using it. I mean, when you're putting in grass, you don't want grass to take, over your painting. It's not very interesting. So put that in, it'll probably be nicer. Bring his ear down just a little bit there. You can probably start seeing just the other parts of this, a little more, just a little hair of back in here of his other ear back there. That needs to go just a touch more. All right. I think I'm going to go just a little bit wider back in here too. I think you can see probably just the other part of this going across his head back here underneath here, since we're at this angle here. You can see right back in here. I think we're seeing the other side of his jaw back in here. So I'm going to put that in just a little more burnt sienna into that cat orange and stuff color here. Bringing it up. Now I think really all I need is this highlight right in there, right in, I'm missing his nose, right above his nostril here. There's a little spot. All right, so I'm going to go back in and make a couple more corrections in color. And put some pinks in here. I think a lot of the color is pretty good. Now we can get a mix, do a few more mixes in these colors here. Thinking about where his neck muscle is and stuff though. Just a little bit warm, yeah, just a little bit warmer color there. Right in here, coming over those cooler purples and stuff. We'll bring that muscle out. And that mane, that muscle up here that holds the mane and stuff right in here. Just a little bit cooler in the middle of it. So it just kind of wraps around, has some body and stuff. A little bit orangery or warmer right in the bottom back part. All right, and then it comes back. Highlight. And it has, really, I mean, it's probably catching a lot of light right there. Looks like. Just on the edge here. I keep putting this in. And like where it hits it flat, where it hits his back flat, that's where you're going to find a little bit warmer highlight than back here. It's just right here, these little areas here, you can find it just a little bit warmer. That will really help bring it around. And then one more thing I want to do there. I gotta get this right here. Okay, and that can come off, yeah, just like that. Just a little looser, keep it moving. All of a sudden he starts to move. I'm gonna put in his eyeball, I guess. And put it in, I'm gonna flip my brush around. And I'm just gonna take this. I have just a little bit of cad orange on it, and I'm just gonna touch it right in about the middle, in the back here. That's all I need to do. Just a little spot. Bring that around. A couple little hairs are getting getting a little bit of light. Okay, I can, just a little bit of hair right, a little light right around its mouth. Okay. That look right? That look okay?
Looks good.
Sort of looks like a horse.
Oh, it's a horse. Oh.
Is it a horse? That was a donkey. Shoot, that was funny.
It looks great.
Oh yeah, okay. No, it's a donkey. Well, these are the donkey beach horses. Very famous in Carolina. They just live on the beach. I mean, what a life. That's where these horses are from. I think they're from down in this photo came from someone who lives down there, so pretty
It's all
sure
good.
they have
Ooh.
Hurricane
wild
comes.
horses.
Hmm.
What's that?
It's all good till the hurricane comes.
Yeah. What a good life they have, All right. The hard part's done. The horse is done. What I came here to paint tonight is, he has pretty much it. I'm gonna bring this down, just his cheekbone down just a little bit more there. I'll bring it back, bring that color back in here a little bit, and all right, that's a little smoothing out of color there to do. Maybe I'll try to get this shoulder here to pop out a little bit more. Okay. Probably not gonna get too much better. All right, I'm just gonna go back in and now, put in a couple darks here. Now I gotta really put a little bit of green in some of my darks and stuff. Got one right here. And then there's one up here. Just little pieces. And then as I start here, brush picks up a lot of color there and dies down. The color dies down, so I can start bringing it in down in here and moving back, and it'll pretty much do a lot of the colorizing for me here. I just go all the way back, and then every time it picks up color, it just dulls down the green so it doesn't stand out too much. I think I got a little bit green back up there too. Okay. You guys still with me?
Yeah, we're here. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Just checking. Don't guys get quiet. It gets quiet awful quick. So what do you think of the mutt? He's pretty fun, huh?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, Jesus. That was a tough time going through losing the other one. Yeah,
yeah,
he sure helps. He sure does help.
yeah. Yeah, someone down our street's getting a, I forget what it's called, but it's a cross between a Burmese mountain dog
Oh,
and
don't.
and a poodle.
Oh, God.
A
A poodle. Had to pick a good
Bermuda or something.
A
they call it.
Bernedoodle.
Yeah.
Bernedoodles.
They shouldn't do that.
No,
The Bernese.
don't do that. Leave those guys alone. They're nice dogs.
We have a Bernese.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. You
Yeah.
where? Where? I don't see them.
She
You gonna
doesn't
bring
like
them?
it. It's too hot up here. I'm up in the
Hmm.
attic.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to be up there very much longer than if it keeps getting the way it is today.
Well, I could turn the air on, but
Oh,
Not-
okay. Okay.
Yay.
I'll invite her next.
Is that your hounds, Dave? Somebody released the hounds at your place?
Yeah.
How many dogs do you have now, Dave?
We got five.
Wow.
5
This month.
at the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah. It's a house full.
And-
They're fun.
Oh, yeah.
They all get along. That's the important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is they like the pack.
They love the company. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, wherever we see other dogs, man, he just wants to hurry up and get up there and catch them. You know, he wants to see other dogs. Still used to being litter, you know.
Yeah. Well, you can't do
So-
dog parks now, right? Because
Yeah, how are you going to socialize them?
Oh, yeah. We have a couple people close by who have the smaller dogs that are just like 1-year-old and stuff. So.
well, you got to get another one. That's the only solution.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it, Dave. I'm gonna just get another one.
Very good idea.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you think two?
The
You got
different.
two? Huh?
Yeah. You know, I read there was a thing that said in Switzerland, there is a law that you can't have one guinea pig. You have to have 2 by law
Yeah.
because they're social. They consider social animals, and they
Yeah.
won't let you get just one. So yeah. So that's
You got to think about the guinea pig. What about the guinea pig, right?
that's right.
Forget about the guinea pig. All right. Yeah. Right
Yeah,
now.
nice.
Yeah. Now I'm just going back in and just going in with just a little bit lighter colors in the background. See, he does stand out. And when I put these last scrapings and stuff in front of him, yeah, he's going to work out great. I still got a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to do just a little bit more work back there because I think that's, I got to put it in now. Got a lot of good color back in here. Now it's just got to go a few warmer grays and stuff in here. And one of the things is painting wet into wet. This is where it has to be right here. This is when it goes in really nice. There's a few spots here. Just bring up this area here. So it's a little different. You know, that spot there. Just a little, bring it up. Bring the wash down. Wash it down. Just let it come off. Don't even worry too much about it. Boy, I wish this technology stuff, Jesus, I just wish I could get it right. I thought for sure, I had it worked out. I thought for sure it was all worked out. And then I knock everybody off.
Yeah.
Man.
No biggie. At least it was early on.
Not a biggie.
Yeah, I wasn't really missing anything, but I think it kind of all happens when I do switch over to the other camera. That's where I'm starting to mess up, I think. So I'm just going to start bringing in some of these little bit of lights at the very top here. Kind of going pretty quick, pretty easy, and then I'm going to dive down in here. I think, that's going to be pretty quick too. Everything's quick. Yeah, I don't think things are going to get back to normal for quite a while.
Agree.
Boy. Man, are you still making masks? Going in and making
So
masks?
I dropped them off, or I had them picked up.
Oh, okay.
Some more, just because like neighbors are starting to ask, and we should all be wearing them.
Yeah, it's crazy. My wife works on that stuff. That's one of her things they have is wear masks. And when they came out with that thing about masks don't help against
I
those
know.
viruses, she said, no way. That's a lie because
That's
she
what
knows for
yeah.
a fact because
Yeah.
she has these 95s that are
Yep.
unbelievable. And then all of a sudden the government came in and bought them all out.
Huh.
So
Nice.
yeah, then you find out that's the whole reason they wanted them. So that's why they're telling us that they didn't work. It's crazy. Man, crazy. But anyway, just a few more strokes back here. I don't have to do too much back here. And the thing is, the strokes just making it fun. Simpler, clean strokes. That's a little bit too bright. Too much white in there. Gray it down. Probably more of this. Yeah, it's more of this. Just back in here. A little bit softer. I don't want to touch that anymore, so I just gotta break this up just a little bit in here. Got a little bit too bright there. Knock it down. Okay, a couple strokes here. Basically, I just paint a lot of shapes. Breaking up. All right, I'm just gonna start putting in, I gotta put in a few. I always see something else. I know I gotta put this in. I gotta put this in first. Gotta get this dark back in here first. Always something. I want to get these right on the edge here. I'll get that in, and then the next color goes over it. It'll just, I know it's gonna pick up a little bit of this color. It'll be really nice. Just rub it in here a little bit more. I'll probably have to get rid of that, I guess. Just don't. I might be able to live with it. Might be able to get away with it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Okay. Now, put in this over here. Gonna go with yellow into some cat orange, a little burnt umber in it. I'm gonna think about my thin brush, just using the edge here, and just taking it, dragging it that way. Let it keep the clean color in this area, and then when it dirties up, it'll go over as it goes over. So it's concentrating on the stroke. I'm just feeding in a few of these. I'm not going to do too many because I want a lot of that stuff here to live. If I go over it, I'll just cover it up. I know the big parts are right in here. I want to hit a couple big ones here, but I want them to be thinking again. You don't want them to be too much the same. So it's always just a little bit of different length and stuff. next to each other. Because then we can fill them in a little bit more with a little bit other things. I want to cover. This is where I get to choose where I want to cover up his face and stuff. Just a few spots. Maybe not as much as what was there. Trying to get away with a little bit different stroke. A little flatter one maybe might be better here and there too. Just to eat up some variety of space, variety of stuff. I also talked about that's a little just a little too bright. Right back in here. You can start seeing some of the sand and stuff. So I'm going to put in a little bit of that in here. Keep it a little warm. Let this stuff be a little bluer. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go a couple darks, just more dark areas here, some bigger stroke greens. Then I'll go into my knife and we'll finish it up. Let me tone that down because I think it's going to stand out too much right down here. Yeah, I was going to thinking about vignetting it off, but now it's kind of gone too far past that stage. I mean, I can still leave a lot of stuff back in here. That edge done, that's okay. Maybe a couple oranges in here, just to get rid of some of that white showing through. I just don't want that being the focus. You know, this is supposed to be the focus. Does that work? That sort of does work. At least from my angle, if I get over it in front of it, I can
Good
see a
from
little.
here. Looks good from
Thanks,
here.
Dave. Thanks, Dave. Good. All right. I'm just going with a couple different. Let's start this up. Final strokes. Getting on to the final stuff here. Making these grasses here make a little more sense. Filling them in sections, keeping these guys together. Maybe I can break this, instead of this going all the way through, maybe I can get a little bit, maybe I bring it through, just doesn't have to be quite right. Cut around it a little bit here. This is just the color I'm using is yellow and burnt umber and just a little bit of cad orange now into it. And I'm just working it this way. That's just the grass. I want to keep them pretty simple. I don't want to really have them take over too much. But, you know, they still have to be there. A couple good ones. And there's always a line of doing too many. Not doing too enough. So sometimes it's better just to had some color, less and less stuff. So I just had some cat orange here, and like greens and stuff in that mixture. And just add that into the mix. That helps. That starts bringing these grasses forward a little bit more. It's still one more. One more. Yeah, one more hot heated area on the edge of these grasses where they kind of overlap the horse. And then there's these wildflowers. You can see them right in here a little bit. They're almost hidden. So we can start putting in a few of those in. Now it's always nice, and you can fill in a few spots here. So, a little more brighter yellow in a couple of these spots. All right. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
So far, so good.
Yeah. Well, time we got here. 9:04. Oh, right on time. Right on time. I can just work up here a little bit for a few minutes. Go against the grain a little bit here and there. So Dave, I could hear your chest beating when that guy said he was today when we were watching that seminar that when he said he was from the academy. I went, hey, man, it's me.
Yeah. You know, a brother in arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do you know that guy?
No, I never met him.
Huh.
You
No.
heard of him?
He was, I'm sure, years after my time. He just didn't look like.
Think so?
He was pretty. Yeah, he was, well, you know, younger than me, I think.
Yeah. We're all younger than you, Dave.
But he doesn't have that. Scott is not in his troop of instructors there,
Yeah.
right? Burdick?
No, he wasn't, was he?
I didn't see him.
Rick? No,
Yeah.
Rick, no, Scott. Yeah.
Scott Burdick?
Burdick, yeah, Burdick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think, yeah, if he was in with those guys.
He was,
Yeah,
I know he was Pallet and Chisel. He was from the academy too, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. There were quite a few guys he was going for. He didn't get everybody I thought he would.
Hmm.
I mean, you got Dan Gerhardt's and stuff like that.
What about you?
Ha! Me, I
Hmm.
run circles around those guys. I run
That's
circles
right.
down there, and
That's right. Well, it's all online now. So
Heck
you
yeah,
don't
man.
have
I
to be
don't need,
there. You
I
don't have
don't
to be
need that.
there.
I don't need their stinking things. Now I'm gonna go in just with a few cool, cool strokes here. Just going over some of these greener grasses here, just because it's catching light. And now we'll just really come forward here because they're grabbing a lot of light. I don't have to put too many in because they're really jumping forward. Oh, almost too much right here. It's got to thin it out. Put a couple grasses there then. A couple up here. That's about it. Then everybody has to show me what they were working on. Right? Lisa, I know you're Lisa, you're
Soon.
done. Huh?
Soon, not yet.
Okay. All right.
It looks better than the photo ever did.
Yeah, I didn't think that's the whole thing about that. It's a little dead and stuff. This can be it could be so much more just by catching some of the glints and stuff. You can make it so much better, I think. I'm gonna just do a little bit of knife work, and I think that should be it. I'm just gonna go in, just get a few hairs in here to break this up. And that's why I always like putting some, a few things to cross over a little bit. That's where the knife just comes in so handy. There's a little pink here in there, isn't it? A little pink right in here. So you like this, Andrea? Is it okay?
Oh, I think so. For my video, it looks great.
You're easy to please. Thanks.
My famous question is, when do you know when to stop?
2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. Yeah,
Words.
it's usually as long as I don't touch him, I think it's fine. I think like I said, I want to get a couple of highlights in, but I think I'm just, a lot of it I can live with. He's like pretty good. I just gotta put in these guys just a little bit brighter. Get some yellows in here too. Get some little more cad yellow and white up in this area. A little more haphazard because sometimes that brush just goes a little too stiff on you and makes these things just come out the same a little bit. So just a little bit of this haphazardness of a knife cutting across just makes up for it. Same thing up here, just a few things probably too, I would think. A little more. Great way to get some thick paint in here too. So Dave, when you take the dogs out for a walk then? All of them? Together?
Everyone does, yeah. So
Yeah.
the family
Beast.
activity.
Yeah.
What else are we gonna do? Although they're talking about a painting and wine party.
Are they?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we're gonna go acrylic though. I think that's probably a better bet for a wine night.
Wimps.
Yeah. Besides, I don't want them to use up my supplies.
Well, you have to dig them out, right?
Well, I got acrylic, so I'll let
Yeah.
we can use that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be nice. Cool.
it'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, There's
It's
my-
beautiful.
things you can do in a couple hours, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
nice.
about it.
Hey,
I'll probably touch it up a little bit more tomorrow,
Mhm.
and I'll put it online for everybody. I'm
nice.
just gonna. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna get a fresh eye on it.
Looks good from here.
That's about it.
Nice.
Here, I can get you. Let me pull it up. I'll push this thing up a little bit, and you guys get a closer look. Hopefully, without my tipping this thing a little bit too much. You can get a closer look at the face.
Oh, that's great. Damn.
Interesting.
Nice.
And you go around the.
Really is good.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Not much up top. Doesn't look like too
The
much.
marks look so different when you see it close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
From
You're
our,
right.
from our vantage, it looks more blended, that I'd never would have found those other colors in the hide of the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks great.
Nice job.
Nice.
No, you guys are just being nice. You guys are making fun of me. No, you two guys are all sitting back there making fun of me. So
Hello.
he always says this stuff.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you
put
very
it
much.
online. Yeah,
Loved
Yeah,
it.
no
I don't wanna
problem.
see.
Thank you.
All right.